Go find your friends, all right? No friend left behind. No partner left behind. Can I be serious? It's easy when you strong to walk away and be like, that ain't my problem. We all we got. So whoever your circle is, whoever your tribe is, they wouldn't need a leader if they could do it all by themselves. That's why you need leaders and leadership. We wouldn't be where we are without MLK. His leadership is why we're where we are today.
This week, our show is brought to you by our partner in crime, Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, green juice, can supercharge your life, restore that glow, and help you feel decades younger in just 30 seconds per day without having to worry about shopping for ingredients, mixing and blending them, and then cleaning up afterwards. All ingredients are USDA organic, vegan-friendly, and made without GMO ingredients, gluten, or soy. Where else can you get superfoods like chlorella, moringa, spirulina, wheatgrass, ashwagandha, and turmeric, just to name a few? So make sure you guys check it out at www.organifi.com/success. That's ORGANIFI.com/success. We can describe today's sponsor in one simple phrase: higher education at your own pace. Ashford University is a WSCUC accredited institution that offers innovative online degree programs that can help you achieve your higher education goals. Higher learning is more accessible than ever and can fit into your schedule. Gain skills you can use in your job now and knowledge that prepares you for the job market of tomorrow. You can achieve your master's degree while balancing work and home life. Start earning your master's degree today. Enroll now by going to ashford.edu/success. That's www.ashford.edu/success. And now to today's show.
I wake up every single day. I am who I say I am. And I get what I get because I live in beast mode. Stop being gazelles. You're not average. You're not even good. You were born to be great.
What's going on, world? Welcome to a special edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
Hey, I need a new R&B name, y'all. I feel like I'm gonna start singing something right now.
Don't do it yet.
Chocolate. It's something. Give me something.
We have Dr. Douglas Thomas.
Mic check 1, mic check 2.
My mic sounds
nice. I ain't in the camera though, so you got
in the building. Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go. I'm just saying, if you wanted him to see me, you got to.
I'm still getting new. For those of you listening, we're on IG Live right now, and I'll tell you why in a minute. We also got the 9 to 5 millionaire in the building.
Mama, I finally made it to the league.
He finally made it to the league.
I'm in the league. Put me in.
Exactly.
Hey, Maul in here. Look, I know we got to start the podcast, so go without me. Whenever you see Maul come in with the guns, I just
Hey.
Okay, yeah.
That's
there
that
it is.
Organifi right there,
Let
y'all.
him know.
That's that Organifi.
Let him know.
No joke.
And then hip-hop preacher. Go, E. Come on, E. Come on.
E, I ain't hear you counting, though. I want to hear you counting. E, count them for me.
Yeah, go.
What in the hell? I want some guns like that.
Come on, E. What's that? 49, 50. Where we at?
Come on.
Right. 10.
Oh, yeah.
10.
Come on. Come on. Oh, yeah. It's time, y'all.
Let's go. Maul is in the building.
Hey, E, we representing for the 40
No question. Let's go. Let's go.
Is that what
Make
y'all
sure y'all
doing?
check out the podcast. You can catch it up wherever you listen to podcasts. Secret to Success podcast. You'll hear this episode. We're going to sign off IG Live right now and get straight to the podcast, but make sure y'all check it out.
Check us
Leave a
out.
review. We love you. We'll see you next time. Listen, man, I know some of y'all like, what in the world is going on? Y'all listening. Y'all like, yo, they sound hype. Listen, man.
And we sound better, too. Did they notice that?
No. Hopefully they notice.
Hopefully they do, yeah.
Okay, listen, y'all. We blued up. I don't know how else to say it, but we blued up. If you're not watching this on YouTube, go to YouTube and check out the actual video of it. But we are live and direct for the very first time ever inside of our official Secret to Success podcast studio. Can y'all believe that? So what started as a dream, right? What started as, you know, hey.
I don't even know if this part was a part of the dream. We in some extra stuff now.
Right.
Shoot.
No, that's 100. But man, listen, I am extremely grateful. I know we're playing and being silly, but this is a beautiful, beautiful facility. We built a podcast studio in the church. Those of you who have been listening to the podcast for a while now know that, you know, we built the church not that long ago, and now we actually have a podcast studio inside the church, man. And it is, as they say, execution is worshipped. And Jamie got it done. Shout out to Jamie for putting this thing together. Big round of applause for him.
Hey. Did y'all see that?
Never gave me no toys.
Did y'all see that?
Y'all see that? I got toys. You know, from my jokes, I got a little. You know what I'm saying? I got some heat for y'all.
He got some heat for y'all.
So y'all know when my jokes ringing off, you gonna hear it, man. But nah, in all seriousness, man, just excited to be able to up the product. And I'll be honest, thank you to the listeners, right? Like, I'm not sure if you guys weren't downloading and sharing and telling us about the podcast and listening every week. Like, you guys were the ones who convinced us that it's time to step up our game and do this. And so while I don't live here, I will be on the bird a little bit more often.
Sir.
Flying up here to do podcasts, man, and try to give you guys the best quality content we can give you and try to give it to you at the highest quality we can give it to you. All right. So, man, I don't know where to start today because I'm just so excited.
No question.
But I think I want to go with just introducing my brother here. As you guys know, the 9 to 5 millionaire Jamal King
9 to 5
is in the building.
Millionaire.
Episode. Hey,
What is he now, though?
Can we still call him that?
Yeah,
Now I'm the 24/7 million.
Okay. Okay.
I like it.
I thought he was retired, but it sounded like he's not retired.
No, not retired at all. And he's probably doing more now. Since he
Right.
stopped.
That's why I said 24/7.
So episode 105, and what was the other one you were on? Just so they can go listen. I know because people always ask you.
Titled 9 to 5 millionaire.
Okay, so episode 105, and then the other one's called 9 to 5 Millionaire. So make sure you guys go check out those episodes if you don't know who this is. But it is our brother Jamal King, real estate extraordinaire, now turned keynote speaker.
That's right.
And me and E were watching him in New Orleans the other day, and I just stood up. And I looked at E, and E was like, "Uh-oh, it's over."
It's on.
Yeah.
I'm not a
It's
speaker.
on.
Yeah, you are. You are most definitely.
Now you are.
No more.
But no, man, appreciate you joining us here, man, and appreciate you guys. For those of you who have been listening, Carl, of course, has been purchasing real estate, and now he's a mogul.
Mogul.
Doing this thing, killing the game, man. And Jamal here was obviously, instrumental in that process. And so,
thank you, man.
I think Carl just closed on another property.
Yes, sir.
So he's
number 3 in the book.
Number 3 in the books. And also, man, I want to, publicly, I did it, at the conference, but publicly, thank you on the podcast. My brother now owns property as well.
Amen.
And man, I think I want to say over a couple $100,000 in equity on his first purchase. He's going to be netting like over $3,000 a month. Just insane how he's been able to put this together, man. And I'm very grateful. And I'm not going to make you cry again. Carl's phone is ringing. I'm not going to make you cry again, but seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, man, because my brother's always been into real estate, and you taking him to a whole nother level. It's changed, my family now, and, what he's able to do. I'll be honest with you, when you get to a certain level without people, right, or like you feel like you're going to another level, and some of the people who you love the most aren't necessarily on that level, it can be tough, right, just in terms of the type of vacations you can take together, the type of things you can do together. And let me tell you something, since you blessed him, I say we taking a trip, and my brother, his family, right alongside of us, man. And a large part of that is to you and your tutelage and mentorship of him, and not only Carl and Train, but the whole ETA community, the BU family, and of course soon we'll be extending it out to the rest of the world. But man, just incredible things that you're doing. I was at the conference this weekend in Chicago, man, and I just saw. Man, so many people just getting information. We had a couple come back. They're on their 3rd property. They came back on their own dime like, hey, we don't want to come back to the conference per se because we already got all the information. We just want to tell everybody how real it is. And so how does it feel, man, to be impacting the world right now?
Yeah, you know what? It's a huge responsibility, and I don't take it lightly. Yeah, I don't take it lightly because, you can just tell. It's certain things that I've done in my life that I felt like it was on my accord.
Right.
But this is so large that I really feel like this is a calling from God.
No question.
And so I'm really seeing lives change. The
I
crazy
got
part
to get the name though, Maul, because you know people always say about me, you the next Martin Luther King. I know it had to be somebody who was responsible for owning property in our communities. Like I don't know who it is, don't nobody talk about it, but I want to do some research because it's got to be somebody. You know, what's your girl's name? When they talk about the first Black female millionaire, it is
Madam C.J. Walker.
Right, so we know that. So I'm trying to figure out who my man is.
Right.
That was the real estate mongo and who helped open doors, you know, for us. So you him. I got to find out who he is.
Hey, it was Jamal great grandfather. That's who it was.
Right.
You got to tell that story.
It's crazy because
that's big.
So you know, for people that didn't come to the conference,
Shame on you.
to the 4%
Don't even tell him.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Wait for the next, because we're going to be in D.C.
Okay.
Don't tell him. Bump that. You got to pay to hear this
See
information.
y'all in D.C.
Yeah, seriously. But I just feel like it's just, I've impacted people before, and I've seen people impacted by a job or something like this, but this is seriously life-changing.
No question.
Like I've seen people come up to me in tears.
Lifespan changing.
Yeah, lifespan changing.
Right.
Seriously,
This is
generational change.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't take it lightly because I'm not just pouring into you or blessing you, but this blessing is going to spill over to your children, your children's children.
Hey, my son looked at me yesterday like joke, but all seriousness. Like I bought him this chess app and it's like $10 a month. So yesterday we got in the car, picked him up from school. I'm like, dude, like I ain't seen you rock the chess thing for a minute. Like we still cool with that? Like I'm paying for it. Like I'm trying to let him know like it's $10, but it's real. He turned and said, ain't you got properties now?
Why you worry about $10?
I was like, say what? But to your point,
left side of the app.
Let's go.
But to your point, like my son's language is different now because of what you've done for me. You know what I'm saying? So you changing generations, man.
Man, we changing generations, bro.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
They ain't got theirs.
Oh wait.
What's
You
that?
show the camera. Go ahead. You show the camera. Yeah, no.
Oh man.
Yeah. Go
What is
tell
this?
them.
So that property right there. See,
Oh,
that's the type of feeling right here that I'm talking about. To see other people blessed is actually better than the feeling. Like literally just 20 minutes ago, we just closed on the property.
Yeah.
That's why we was late, E.
That's why we was late.
Okay.
So congratulations. Congratulations. You just
got you, but you gonna get me in trouble with Didi, so I'm gonna have to spend that money on the next female because I'm about to get a divorce.
Hey, to which me and Mo was riding. Okay, so for those of y'all listening, y'all like, what are you talking about? We were supposed to start a little earlier, but we had to get to Chase because 3 o'clock. You know, sometimes you don't get it in before 3.
Next day.
So I'm trying to close on the property to get E to a billionaire. And so E texted me like, man, you about to get me divorced. I said, no, I'm about to make you a billionaire. And he was like, yeah, but I'm gonna have a new wife. And so that led us to the fair file. And so he was saying, you know what's crazy? If y'all was still at Michigan State and had a 9 to 5, he wouldn't see D anyway.
Oh, no question.
Right. I said
that's
it's 2 o'clock.
No question.
It's 2 o'clock. She wanted us to stay at the job. So verify, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
I love it.
Call her in. She in here.
Right. Did he come on?
Get in here, girl.
Yeah. So
I just wanted to real quick, Mom. That's huge because when my mom, you showed me the house, my mom thought she was showing it to me. I tried to pretend like I didn't see it. But my aunt Kay Francis, rest in peace, she was the first of the sisters to die of cancer. And I promise you, when I saw this property, it might be on the same block that she lived on. And you know what it reminded me of, Maul, in the summer? With the, what do you call them, lightning bugs?
Yeah, little lightning.
When we used to go to her house, we used to catch lightning bugs. And you gave me this pic, and I was like, yo, you talk about nostalgia. I'm like, yo, bro, I remember when we was kids, me and my cousin Randy. But here's the biggest piece. My mom, and she know I'm gonna tell the truth. My mom was getting on my nerves. She's getting on my nerves, bro. I was like, look, Ma, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Ma, it's like Maul always say, this is not a microwave. This is wealth. Yep. You know, wealth takes time. Like, I'm not just trying to get a property. I'm trying to get you the right thing for you. Yeah. I know what age you are. I know what you're trying to do. Yep. And my mom sent me this, and we talked. And she was just like, man, son, I said, no, Ma, don't go there. Let's first talk about you was getting on my nerves. Let's talk about that first. You was whining, crying, complaining. Like, let's talk about that first. She's like, you right, son. I'm old. Your mama a baby boomer. You know, I ain't got no patience. But she's like, I'm so grateful. And I just praise the Lord for you as well, Ma, because like you said, to C's point, you did it big for me. You already got J Boog on.
Right.
Now Jada is like, she was talking to Terica. Like, cause you know Jada a female. So she's like, I love Ma, I'm gonna call Ma, but I need to get with a queen bee. And then, so my son, so that's coming up after me, but my mom, you didn't hit before me. You feel me? So you didn't sandwich me in, you know what I'm saying, on both ends.
Right.
So super, super grateful. And you know, I call you and let you know, but yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro.
This is great.
This is
I can't help myself. I can't help myself. No, man, that is big. If you think about it now, look at like the families that's represented just here in this room on the podcast. Only properties I ever owned was the ones I lived in. Right? And now I'm a property owner, right? You're a property owner, you're a property owner, your kids, like literally our families. And so it's just a testament to, you know, not only do we go out and teach it, like we're the first ones to test drive the product. And it's just been a game changer.
Hey, I got an idea for our next graphic. I'm gonna take y'all all the way back. I'm looking at Maul's shirt and it says generational wealth, but that's the exact same thing that we started with Break the Cycle.
That's it.
We need to, that's exactly what it is.
That's
we need to
breaking
merge
the cycle.
them
Stop the
two.
foolishness.
That's it. We're trying to stop the bleed, Maul. Right. That's what the doctor do. First, you gotta stop the bleed. Triage.
First,
then you gotta go.
ditch.
Stop digging. And then Maul came and started putting dirt on that.
But if y'all think about it, what we're doing today, see, a lot of people look at what's happening, what's taking place right now, but think about the seeds that's being planted by the property that your mom just got, by the property, by the 3 properties, Carl, you just got. See, by the properties Aaron got, by the properties we got. It's seeds that's being planted, and families can eat from this seed that we're planting for generations and years to come.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're doing, man. We investing in generations right now, bro.
And don't worry, y'all out there, y'all like, man, I gotta be a part of this. We are tightening up the course as we speak. We finished the last of the film, and Carl, you'd have been proud. You know, Maul is still new to the, you know, the personal development life. So he's like, yo, this is not what I do. And I'm like, yo, again, I don't care.
You got to
like,
pull it out of you.
I got to pull it out of you because the information is so rich. And we finished the filming. And hopefully, you know, within, I don't know,
don't say no time.
We gonna get it right. We gonna get it real estate real.
Maybe they microwave. So it's be. They say my grandma just said it'd be done when it's done.
It'll be done when it's done. But it's coming soon. And Maul did an excellent job. And like I'm literally like sitting there and I'm just asking them questions because as a new investor myself now, I'm learning terms and I'm like, so we went through the whole thing. The document is flawless. The actual video modules that go along with it. We're gonna take you inside the course, and just be on the lookout for that, man. I'm super pumped about bringing you guys this information because it really has changed my family and I guess all of us. Like I said in this room. All right, so I want to kick off the topic today. You know, and I want to talk a little bit about. Carl and I had a really good conversation this weekend. Maybe a conversation that was long overdue. And then also I was talking to Josh earlier, and I was thinking about no shade.
Josh Hatch.
Yeah.
Right.
And
because we got less. You know what I'm saying?
I was talking to Hatch, and we were talking about just being authentically you, right? And so it was funny because I saw, and I'm no names and no shade, but I saw somebody who their brand is very positive, inspiring, uplifting, and clean, and I would say maybe similar to like a tamer version of ours or whatever. And, you know, I had a lot of respect for the brand and I'm not tripping, but I saw them go on another platform. And when they got on that platform, it was like a whole different person because that platform may have cussed a little bit more, been a little bit more raunchy. And I watched that person go over there and pretty much abandon the entire theme of their podcast or their movement. And it was like, whoa. And like I said, I'm grown and I'm not a prude. I'm not tripping. I just was kind of like, wow. And I thought about it in terms of like our brand. And I'm like, wow, there's cats who have podcasts and platforms that's kind of like not dirty, but just, you know, they F-bombing every other word and things like that.
A little bit mature.
And here's the thing. Instead of acquiesce to them, they actually came over to E and said, hey, if you come on our show, we won't even cuss.
Right.
And I was like, wow, look at the difference. Like my man left and went over there and was like, I'm about to jump straight in, maybe trying to impress them or maybe, you know, the audience, you want the audience to like you because that's what they're familiar with. But there are platforms in which, like I said, they have, a little bit more, content that isn't necessarily our style.
Yeah.
And E went over there, and I promise you, it was like a church service in terms of the way that the respect level they have for E. And so E, I kind of wanted to, just start it off with you and talk about that authenticity and being yourself and not feeling the need to, do what everybody else is doing. And again, no shade to anybody who does the other style.
No questions
but
asked.
Listen, this is what I said. E does not cuss outside of these four walls.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like E's in here like, hey, everybody stop the cussing but when we get out there, E like, oh, F this, F that. It's just not how we roll. And so, E, I want to know how you got to a point where, and even as grown men, that's what me and Josh were just talking about, like literally 10 minutes ago. Even as grown men, you feel the need to like try to be something to somebody else. Like you really do. Like whether you think that you want to be in the cool club, whether you think these guys are really gonna accept you, whatever. How do you get to a place, and you listeners out there, if you have a problem with this, I'll pay attention, write down notes or whatever you have to do. I think one of the reasons we've gotten to this level is because we have been so authentically ourselves. And E, I want to know from you, there had to be times when you felt like, man, this, if I was to change it up a little bit, we could, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no question, brother. So let me say this. And I just want, I try to, my hardest to just get, when you talking, give you whatever come to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm saying? I just want to be 100, right? So I grew up Chicago, Detroit.
Yeah.
And so when you're younger in the Chi, I remember we used to have house parties, playing house music. You know what I'm saying? Just dudes bring out the speakers, and we on 79th, you know what I'm saying, and Eccleston getting it in. And I remember as a kid, certain dudes would come to the party, and you go, yo, so-and-so here. You had that reverence, right? But I remember the dude might have been GD. You know what I'm saying? He might have been Gangsta Disciple. He might have been folk. You know what I'm saying? He whatever he was, Black Stone, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever he was. And you looking up to him like, yo, my man, whatever. In Detroit, you got, Young Boys Incorporated. Mm-hmm. They came in, you got kids driving, Mustang 5, whatever. So I grew up as a kid watching these dudes that we looked up to, but then boom, police come out of nowhere 2-3 years later, bust the whole house down, they shut it down. My man, you don't see them no more. YBI, I'm talking about they was Detroit. They come to school, check it in, taking your nanny goat, taking your jingle boots.
What was that?
Nanny goat. I'm sorry. That's like a nanny goat is like it's like a fur coat, but it's like not fur, it's
like a triple fat goose.
Yeah, but it's leather, the reverse leather like suede, but then fur all around it. You know what it reminds me of? A chinchilla. It remind me of
Frank Lucas.
But they call it So dudes was walking around with that gold chains, and I'm like, he the man. But guess what, Maul? You know this. 3 years, 5 years, So I grew up seeing people try to impress people, and then they're in prison. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So I grew up seeing, this don't work, bro. Like when you do the wrong thing, you don't retire from this. So I've never seen a dude work for 20 years in the game. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yo, you trying to impress people, it don't work. You know what I'm saying? I'm just realizing it don't work. So for me, I had a chance to see those dudes. I'm talking about making millions, getting shot, killed, leaving their kids behind. So when I finally started doing my thing, I was like, yo, E, don't get tempted. Right. Like, play the long game. Don't play the short game. Dudes that play the short game, it only lasts 5, 10. So you do, like Jamal say, you do the microwave, you get a microwave career. You take your time and do it the right way. It's not going to happen as fast. But when, you know what they say, what's the name of it? You got to help me out, y'all. Is it the bamboo tree? When they say that joker might take years to grow, so they say if it take, I don't remember what they said, if it take 3 to 4 years to grow, they say 3.5 years, you don't see nothing. But then on the 3.5, boy, to the 4th year, that sucker go up 50 something feet. You feel what I'm saying? And it don't break. And so I realized, yo, E, don't play the quick game. You could plant some things that'll come up quick, but when the wind blow, you know what I'm saying, there's a storm, that sucker get washed with the wind. And so I was like, E, do it the right way. Now, here's the last thing y'all need to know. And I'm going to keep it 100. So let's just say when me and C hooked up, and then me, C, and Carl, you know what I'm saying, then whoever else, you know what I'm saying, came, I was so comfortable with my crew and my clique that I didn't care about no other clique. Like, I didn't care about impressing nobody else. I was like, yo, I got my tribe. You know what I'm saying? I got Didi. I got Chuck, Moni. You know what I'm saying? I got Carl. To me, like, I had my crew. So I was just like, yo, I'm not looking at the outside crew going, I wish I was on that team. I wish I could trade over to the Cowboys. I wish I could be with the Patriots. I grew up in the era where if Isaiah wore a Piston jersey, Isaiah was wearing the Piston jersey to the day he died. You know what I'm saying? That's how Billy Sims, he gonna wear it. Walter Payton, I don't care how scrubby the Bears were. Sweetness was rocking with. And so when I got my crew, even though we weren't big, I was like, yo, I got my crew. And if we work hard, one day we gonna be the crew. And watch this, see. I got a call from Anthony Flynn today. He's like, I got somebody I want you to talk to. I was like, all right, what's up? He was like, hold on. He was like, say something, E. I was like, hello? He was like, what's up, E.T.? It was Les Brown. I was like, Les, what's up? I said, I'm talking to the number one motivational speaker in the world. Yeah. I said, I'm talking to the number one motivational speaker in the world. He was like, oh, I ain't the number one motivational speaker in the world. I'm the number 2 motivational speaker in the world. You the number 1 motivational speaker in the world. And I was just like, whoa, this Les. You know what I'm saying? Like this Les. Right. He could easily be like, I'm number 1. And I just say that to say, when I met with Les, I didn't go, Les, I admire you and I want to jump on your team.
Right.
Yeah. I was just like, I admire you and everything you teach me, I'm going back to my team, and we're going to use what you're telling us to get to the next level. So I think that's important too. See, when you get a crew, stop worshiping other people. You can worship their work ethic and what they do, but don't worship them to the point where you want to leave your squad to go to that squad.
Yep, Maul.
Yeah, man, it goes back to what I usually talk about. Like, I never looked at other people and then said, I'm going to be who they are. Instead, the vision I got for myself, that's the one that I work towards. I'm always trying to become that person. I'm always trying to emulate that person. You know, so, and I think that's important for people out there. You know, a lot of times you fall for trying to be somebody else because you don't have a vision of yourself.
That's it.
You ain't got a larger vision of yourself, so you just run around and it's like, okay, well, I'm on this person's show and this person not cuss, so I'm not gonna cuss. You know, but when you got a larger vision of yourself, you being authentic you. You don't have to try to be somebody else. And so that's why I tell people, man, it's so important to come up with who you are, then you stay within your box because this is what you're trying to reach to.
And respect for those of you who have a brand, respect your tribe. Like I want to make sure they hear what I'm saying. I can't let the little kid, I got a text. Man, I got a text today, y'all. Bruh, just 2 seconds, bro. This is crazy. I got a text today from a young lady, a young man that I met in Alabama. He probably in the 4th grade now. She said, good morning, Mr. Thomas. This is, and I'm not going to say the name, Mother. We have a question for you. He's 14 years old. This is mom. You know, she older, working, man, got 2 other kids. I just want your advice about his education.
Wow.
Okay. Should he take a 2-year welding degree while he in high school? For the most part, it's free except for a few things he needs. He came home and said he wants to quit the program. He'd rather pursue something else. I told him welding can make money and it can pay for everything he want to work for part-time and still go to school and make great money at the same time because he will have 2 degrees. We want to know from you, what should he do?
Ask E.T.
I'm saying this is a grown woman who killing the game. Right. She a middle-class mom, working hard, doing her thing. She calling me about her 14-year-old son. Right. So when I get on your show, I can't be so worried about numbers. Yeah. I got to stay true to my team that's rocking with me. Right. How would this 14-year-old feel if E.T. got on the show, now he cussing, trying to act a certain way? And so I spoke in D.C. I finished, girl walked up to me and said, yo, I just want to say this to you. Thank you for being so authentically you because you helping me to be who I'm called to be. So I just want to say, see, like for real, some of us, my mom used to say, dance with the girl that took you to the prom. Yep. And a lot of us, a girl took you to the prom and you get there and see some other girl that's you think finer, and now all of a sudden you want to dance with her. She didn't bring you to the prom. She didn't care enough about you to bring you. So I'm just saying, stop worrying about everybody else and dance with the people that got you to where you are right now.
What if I feel like I ain't get asked to the prom though?
What does that mean?
Okay, what if I was trying to be my authentic self and it don't seem to be working for me?
Well, me and Maul just told you, stick with it.
Stick with it.
So
stick with it. And you being fake ain't about to help you.
Yeah. Hey, watch this. Nikki sent me a quote yesterday, man. I'm telling y'all, be in the right circle. Listen to this quote carefully.
For real.
It's kind of long, but listen to this quote. It says we may be able to force ourselves with mature will and self-discipline to do certain unpleasant things in order to get very desirable results. All right. You can force yourself to do stuff. But it is almost impossible to force ourselves to do it consistently.
Yeah.
When you think about the long run, just remember, listen to this part carefully. Sometimes less really is more.
Boom.
When you are inauthentic, you achieve less with more effort and stress. But when you are authentic, you achieve more with less effort and stress.
Yeah.
Wow.
I read that yesterday. I was just like, yo, that answers it. Like, for real. Like, when you have to try so hard to be something else. It's not you. You got to like fabricate something.
And think about it. When you're authentic, just think about it. Think about who you end up affecting by you just staying in that lane of being yourself. But when you're trying to be somebody else because you're in this place, well, let me act like this. And then all of a sudden I go to this door, let me act like this. You missing out on what God called you to be or what you're supposed to be.
Absolutely.
See, the thing is, when I'm looking around this table right now, everybody is authentic.
Yeah.
Everybody's authentic. No matter if Carl is on the podcast, no matter if Carl is at my house doing, he's still Carl.
Yeah.
Same thing with you, CJ. Same thing.
Yeah.
You know, when you're walking in your gift by being authentic, you're blessed. You don't know how many people that you're actually blessing. You know, but when you're trying to just be everybody else and do what everybody else does, man, you miss
can't
the
be
call.
good at it.
You can't be good at it.
You can't be good at
and
it.
then nobody really knows who you are. So somebody might try to come to you with a business proposition or come to you with something, but they don't know who you are.
They don't know who you are. Yeah.
You keep changing.
It's funny. And I don't know if I told the story on the podcast. I don't care. We did like 200 episodes. It's like 200 weeks in a row. So if I repeat
what
some
you
stuff,
said.
if you're a day oneer, just bear with
pretend
me.
like you didn't hear.
Yeah. But I think it's very appropriate considering the conversation. When we started the company and we kind of decided, all right, Carl's gonna do the hands thing. I'm gonna think through the branding stuff. E gonna whatever. People would always come up to me and be like, oh man, E could really speak, but y'all not gonna go nowhere with him like wearing hats and gym shoes and stuff. Like corporate not gonna fool with y'all. And I remember like, oh, okay, like I know we got a little style, we trying, let's see. You don't really know.
Right, you don't know.
Yeah, because you never seen it. But I mean, literally, every time we would go somewhere, I would speak, and it'd always be like an old head or something, pull me to the side and be like, yeah, your boy, he nice, man. I could see him doing corporate work. Y'all just gotta clean him up a little bit. And I remember we got a phone call. And this is a true story. I know I've shared it at a conference before, not sure if I shared it on a podcast, but we got a phone call and it was a company. And I remember at the time, like I was still booking E's gigs.
Right.
And I remember E had told me like, yo, I was pissed at E at the time because I might have been getting like 5,000 to 7,000. Now, mind you, coming from where we came from, $5,000 to $7,000, but like
I might take it today in the right circumstance. You know what I'm saying?
Standing ovation.
So we were in a situation where E came to me and was like, yo, I've been getting like $5,000 to $7,000 for a minute. And this is what he don't go beast mode, but he does like little subtle jabs like at your confidence. And I remember being like, dog, our first check was like $400. We done got all the way up to, I'm getting you 5,000, 7,000 consistently. And he was like, bro, you need to give me 10. And I'm appealing
to the D.
Bro, I'm appealing to the gorilla.
You know what I'm saying?
I like the challenge. I'm like, okay, cool. That's why I start challenging myself now. Like, I'm gonna make him a billionaire. I'm gonna say it what he said.
You feel me?
So I never forget. I was like, all right, cool. I gotta really up my game when I'm on the phone with these people, right? So I remember a company called and they were like, how much does he charge? And I was like, oh, I built a good rapport. And I was like, it's 10,000. Be the best 10,000. I sold it. Boom. They were like, okay, bet, great, 10,000. First time I ever got 10,000. Now, mind you, we were getting 5 to 7. But it wasn't super consistent. 10,000 was a lot. It's still a lot of money, right? But to eat now is Chipotle money. But
for everybody, I buy it for everybody in the store.
Exactly. So at the time, 10,000 was a big deal. So no joke, the lady, she was like, "Okay, cool. We'll send over the contract, everything." She called me back like maybe 30 minutes later, and she was like, "Hey, talk to the CEO. 10,000 is gonna work. He loves Eric, but it's a banquet type presentation." And we just want to make sure he has a suit that he can wear.
Good luck.
So in my mind, I told her, I said,
no doubt.
Suit playoffs. We talking about practice? I got 5 suits. I said, no problem. So I hit E and I was like, yo, now mind you, TGIM was popping at this time. Like people knew what the deal was. They were, all the way in. And I said, yo, I got to 10,000. That, you know, you start with the good news. You're like, hey, 10 G's. He like, see, you killing it. I told you. We have our little moment, and I was like, one thing though, and I didn't even know. I'm like, yo, you got a suit? He was like, suit? For what? I was like, bro, it's like a banquet type deal, and they need you to wear a suit. And he was like, what does me wearing a suit have to do with my message? Do they want some information? They trying to get inspired, take their company to the next level, or they want GQ? I was like, apparently both.
Right.
So I'm sitting in there and I'm like, yo, okay, E, are you seriously telling me we're gonna turn down 10 grand? He was like, tell him I'm not doing it. I said, bro, 10 grand. I said, bro, for 10 grand, I will go in there with a tuxedo on.
No question.
And serve drinks.
No question.
And hors d'oeuvres.
No questions
And
asked.
clean up at the end of the night.
No question.
And walk home.
No question.
You know what I'm saying? You're talking about $10,000. Right, exactly. Thank you, bro.
No
So he's
question.
talking about $10,000. And I'm like, and he was like, tell him I can't do it. So I called her back the next day and I was like, I was so hurt. I was like, so I talked to Eric and, you know, he's not really feeling wearing a suit. So if you guys, possible he could speak without a suit on? And she was like, no, unfortunately, you know, our CEO's a stickler. I was like, wow. I remember I was hurt and we lost $10,000.
Yeah.
You're talking about being authentically you. I was ready to switch up the whole. I'm talking about put my tap dancing shoes on. And nah. Premiering.
You feel me?
So
by the way, I saw some of those kids in New Orleans and Diddy was hurt.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, he was like, please stop. I cash y'all out.
Yeah. So anyway, she was like, that was it. You know what I'm saying? We went about our business. And I don't know if it was 6 months, a year later, whatever. I was still doing E's gigs. I was on the phone. We were probably charging 15 or something around there. And I remember it literally hit me like a ton of bricks. The lady called, and I wasn't even thinking about we had done a bunch of gigs since between then. But she called, we got the number, everything straight. She called back and she said, hey, we have one simple request. And my heart sunk. And it felt like that same moment.
Be happening again.
Like she's about to
Twilight Zone.
Right. I was about to be like, at this time, we was kind of already bought. I was about to be like, hey, we ain't wearing no suit. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, we have one request. I was like, what's up? She was like, please make sure he wears the hat and the gym shoes because we watch all of his videos. Look at that. And that's how we all know him.
Look at that.
She was like, yo, we want to make sure like when he comes in, like our staff watches him every Monday and we want him to look like he looks on the video so they get excited about who it is. Yeah. And I remember like, you big dummy, like in my mind, like, yo, he was like true to exactly what he was and he didn't change for a check. And nowadays, man, I don't know, you said something, what'd you say? When you get desperate, you get dumb.
Yeah, you get dumb.
And so, man, people, you changing up for a check, not understanding that if you was just stay in your lane and embrace your secret superpower, shout out to my son Trey in the book. Like if you embrace that superpower, man, your money is coming. Your opportunities are coming. But the crazy thing about changing though, like now that I think about it, like you trying to acquiesce and change to what everybody else saying, and then you start changing, and by the time you change up, the opportunity's probably past you anyway. So you done switched up your whole style. The money gone, the opportunity gone. You was trying to be like something you weren't, and you missed the money anyway. Instead of sitting there, hold, right? Remember, hold, man.
And you gain no momentum by changing up.
You gain no momentum, and you're farther behind.
Absolutely.
Not only do you not gain momentum,
well, you start over every day.
Right.
You start over every day.
Y'all have to hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We were broke. I'm talking about broke. And we had a style that nobody had ever seen before. Now you see all the speakers got hats on. Everybody doing, thank God it's Tuesday, Wednesday. This was all brand new, but we believed in it. And we believed that if we held tight and continued to do what we do, well, he did. I was ready to switch up. But
that's all good.
Hey, it's like we on the same team.
We're the same team, bro.
If I break and he hit the shot, we win.
Won, bro. We won.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not apologizing for the win.
Yeah.
But if you were to just stay in your spot, and even since that day, I'm telling you, y'all probably know, and maybe we alluded to it, but we've had a chance to sit in some rooms where I'm talking about the heaviest hitters in the world now. And they've been like, yo, we want creative control, we want this, we want that. And I'm talking about 7-figure checks, maybe 8-figure checks that we've been like, nah, we good. Because the opportunity is not worth compromising our authenticity. And some of you will compromise your authenticity because you think that that's the only way to get to the other opportunity is to make yourself something else. And so I really want y'all to dig in on that. You can dig in on it from a personal development standpoint or from a confidence standpoint. But how do you get to the point where you're not chasing the checks anymore, right? You said, like, again, speak to that statement, when you get desperate, you get dumb. It's hard to make the best decisions. It's hard to remain, steadfast in your character when you like, yo, the bills are due. I'm not getting to the money. Like, how do you do that?
No, it's hard. It's hard when you're not focusing on what you're supposed to be focused on, period. And that's why we try and tell people, like, for some people, it is money. So you get desperate, you get dumb. But for some people, it could be relationship. Like, they want to be in a relationship with you. Like, anytime you're not focused on the goal, bruh, it's gonna mess you up. And I've always been focused on the goal. Like, I know what I'm called to do, right? And so I'm like, yo, E, you're doing this for the kids in Detroit. Like, look, I know y'all heard this before. So I want to tell you, because C's telling you how difficult it is, and it sounds like, we always been over it. When I got a chance, when Dan Gilbert invited me to hear Warren Buffett, I'll be honest with you guys, I already knew who was going to be in that room, and it was a 99.9% chance that everybody was going to wear a shirt and a tie.
Yeah.
So here's what I had to do. I had to say to myself, like, yo, E, first, you have to value you just as you are. And I'm talking to somebody out there, because the problem is, like, you come in the room with C and you're not careful, you might be like, oh, what C doing is sweet, so I want to do what C do so I can be sweet like C. But if you do what C's doing, you're not going to be sweet because you're not C.
Hold that thought right there. You just made me think of something. So, and I won't use any names, of course, but man, and y'all probably know somebody like this too. So we had homies, coming up, right, when everybody finished up college, right?
Yeah.
We had, you knew the dudes at the school and on the block who was getting to it, into the drug game, stuff like that. We had two of our homies who came from like 2-parent backgrounds. I'm talking about middle class, parents working at GM. I mean, good, never was in the street life at all. We had other homies who had been hustling about 5-6 years deep in the game. They start hustling, I promise you,
quick.
They didn't even get 6 months in and locked up 10 years. It's crazy. I'm like, yo, such and such been hustling for like, since we were in like middle school. I'm saying, but he came up in that life. You know what I'm saying? Like, they came up in a different neighborhood, whatever. We had two of our, bruh, listen to me, 10 years. One got 10, one got 12 years. Got caught with stupid amount of weight. I'm like, yo, you been hustling 6 months. You what? That's not for you.
That's not for you, bro.
So I'm sorry, E, but you
I'm just saying. So when you look at a dude hustling, you can admire his hustle. You know what I'm saying? You can even admire how much money he's making, but you can't admire what he's doing because that's not who you are. You feel what I'm saying? And so I had to get to a point where I had to believe that what I was doing was just as valuable. So when I see C doing his thing, while I'm looking up to you and like, yo, C killing the game. Maul walk in with the guns, I'm gonna give you 60. I'm not about to be on the waist though like Maul. I'm gonna give you 60 because I know I admire that, but I can't do it the way Maul does it. So can I admire the guns? Can I admire the Yes. But if I try to do it like Maul is trying to do it, I can't do it. So I'm gonna just give y'all a quick tip.
Carl, you better hold tight. You know I'm coming.
I know.
Hey, so when we was on the block, I remember the first time I had to settle into, all right, E, value who you are, right? Listen to me, y'all, real easy. So they was making a loot. I was like, E, non-negotiable. You cannot sell drugs. Like C said, you didn't come from that background. And y'all gotta hear me, y'all. Millennials or younger, listen to me. It's not one brand of hood. And that's what these kids be thinking, Maul. They think that because you don't sell dope. Bro, I promise you. My mama was 17 too. I promise you, my daddy wasn't in my life. I promise you, my people went to work. You know what I'm saying? And we wasn't cashed out. I promise you, I saw dudes get shot and killed. I promise you, I held a gun. I promise you, I was around dope. I promise you. But I decided I'm not going to be that brand of hood. I got a GED. I grew up on 8 Mile, doggone it, Detroit, 8 Mile. But I made up in my mind, I'm not going to be that brand. Now, I had some homies doing it, and I love them, and I love them to this day. But watch what I did, see? I started valuing that I'm the dude on the block that's praying. And guess what cats on the hood start doing when they get in trouble? Hey, E, can you pray for me?
Wow.
I never stole from nobody. So I was the dude in Monopoly that they said, we want you to be the banker. I never drank or smoked. So I became the dude that anytime they had to go somewhere, I was the driver, the designated driver, because they knew they was drunk. Anytime they needed something like, E, we about to go, somebody hold my money. They never asked the other dude.
Never asked Bobo to hold
Never asked Bobo, I don't know how you know your name, but
Bobo get
Bobo, yeah, they will let you hold it, Bobo. I don't know how. And here's the most important one. They never left their girls with certain dudes, but they would leave their girls with me. Like, yo, E, my girl got to go to the hospital. Can you take my girl to the hospital? E, my girl got to go pick up some stuff. Can you go? None of my boys ever worried about leaving their girl with me because they knew I wasn't on that. And so I actually, listen to me, y'all, see, by affirming myself and valuing myself, I created my own niche with the group. And the reason why they love me so much is because in many regards, I filled the gap that the other fellas couldn't, whatever. You feel me?
Oh, no
they
question.
knew, like, okay, so we need this, we need this, we need this. And guess what? My homies call me now, hey, E, can we get Pistons game? I'm like, I got you. Can we get the line? I got you. You feel me? So I'm just saying, at some point, you got to buckle down. And it starts with you looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I am valuable. No, I'm not you. I'm not you. I'm not you. I don't roll like you, like you, like you, but I am a critical piece to this puzzle. I am the Dennis Rodman of the 72 and 10. And do not get it twisted. If Rodman was not there, would they have won a championship? Maybe, but they ain't never won one that easy before. They never went 72 and 10 without Rodman. Jordan never got that many extra shots before. And guess what? Dennis Rodman did not have a problem with, I'm not the scorer of the year. I didn't win offensive player of the year. He buckled down with, I'm the best rebounder, the best defender ever. And he embraced that. And I don't know, Maul, but what I heard from the documentary was he was equally to, or in some time frames, just as noticed and celeb as MJ was.
Oh, absolutely, man. But the thing is, like you said it, when you said you got to look in the mirror.
Yes.
See, when you're not just looking in the mirror, but you got to ask yourself, who am I?
That's right.
Everybody got a name.
That's right.
But who are you?
Yeah, that's
like,
right.
who are you really?
That's right.
You know, and I think people get that confused. And when you don't know who you are, you start becoming everybody else.
I was listening to Drake today. He said, you can be whoever you want, even yourself.
Bars.
Yeah, I don't know why I was on the Drake kick riding back from Chicago.
But you heard
nothing
it.
was the same. Yeah, he said you could be whoever you want, even yourself. And so that leads me to my dear friend Carl here.
Let's go.
Yeah, you take drinking water. It's all right, Carl. I'm gonna let you live a little bit.
Hey, they ready. They want to hear from Carl. I'm too loud. They don't believe that you can. I had to look in the mirror.
No. And I say this because, listen, we can't escape reality on this podcast, right? We just are who we are. And I had just been noticing, I'm like, Carl, I hadn't said nothing, but for the past few weeks, I'm just feeling like, man, okay, something seemed off. You know what I'm saying? Just like, man, what is it? And so we sat down in Chicago, and y'all know me, I'm direct, so I don't have no sweet way to let's go get ice cream first and then talk for 2 hours. I just pulled Carl in the back room, and I was like, yo, what's up? I was like, yo, what is that sound?
It's my computer connected to Bluetooth,
Oh,
so
sweet.
stuff coming in here.
I thought it was like, I was like, man, we got all kind of new tricks in here. So, I said, Carl, like, let's go in, this other room or whatever. And I was just like, yo, what's up? And you could feel something with something, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is my guy. Like, and I think this conversation is probably, striking a chord right now.
For sure.
But like, you looked at me, you was just like, man, you was like, yo, it's tough, like being in this environment. So you can kind of explain, Carl, like just from your side, like, man, even being in the team and around for so long, I think so many people probably had that same feeling of like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to blow it, but go for it.
Yeah, so the context of our conversation, like for real, is based, and he just basically shattered the whole thing. But for real, I did not value, and I want to draw
even
a line.
to this day, though. Like Carl signing autographs. Carl popping
Kissing
at
babies.
the conferences, kissing babies. You know what I'm saying? Carl on stage speaking now.
And for real, I'm just telling you, I don't, the way I should, value what I bring to the team. Like 100%. I don't. Like I've always seen it as like for real. And I tell people be careful who you connect with because I've always seen it as like, man, E and C are killing it. No questions asked. I'm connected with them. I'm going to do everything I can, but they are killing it. That was always my perspective. And I'll be honest, I don't know. I can't tell you where it came from. Right. Like I'm sitting back, my parents, I'm a 2-parent home. I don't have a reason to feel less than. One thing I think that plays a part, I come from Barbados. It's a little island, coming to a country that I don't know a whole lot about, enough to function, but I don't know, half the music. I don't know half the culture. I don't know half the stuff. So again, we talk about, how your mind works, and my mind
I got a GD, Carl. It's okay. I don't know a lot about it too.
I mean, that's right. But I'm just saying. But I'm just saying.
No questions
and I want them to hear it
Yeah.
because I'm saying what happens in your mind. You get in your mind and you start creating some stuff that's not even real. And the biggest thing that C said to me this week, and I'm gonna try not to tear up.
Come on.
But no. What he said to me that was just huge is C was like, "Yo, I wish you could see yourself the way that I see you."
Yeah. Oh, no question.
And I'm sitting there like, wow. He said, "I wish you could see yourself," and I want people to hear it for real. I wish you could see yourself the way that I see you, is what C said to me. And like for real, like C, and I could tell you, Nikki's had the conversation with me probably about a month ago. And that conversation in itself is like making me square my shoulders up. Like, dude, you gotta own this. Like, I heard the Dennis Rodman joint too, and when that part stuck with me. He was like, "Yo, there was one point I was more popular than Mike."
Absolutely.
And I'm like, "Whoa!" And for real, he owned it. So to me, like, I'm in that phase now where I'm talking to myself and telling myself, "Carl, you gotta own this." Now, again, anything I do, this is what I'll tell you. Anything that I put my hands on, I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability. I'm not saying my work is less value. I just saw what they did as somehow a higher value, and I didn't really, I didn't give myself the credit for what I have done for the company. But and it's one of these humility things that probably I took it too far. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Growing
right.
up Christian.
Not humility then. Right. That's not humility.
Growing up Christian.
I don't know what that is. You used to have it. You used to have a word for it.
Huh?
You used to have a word for it.
For too much humility?
No, you'd say false humility.
Oh, pseudo.
That's what you used to say?
Yeah, but not in this. But
it was something because it was another person that remember they used to do that. Pseudo humble.
Yeah.
Just meaning that then that I don't know if they should do it like Carl did it.
Yeah.
But it's still what we call not a strength or weakness, but you overuse or underuse.
Yeah, for sure.
And so Carl's probably
So I played under with that all the
he
time. Like, yo,
his
let
humility.
these dudes keep doing their thing, like for real. But then the part that and C said it over and over, and I'm starting to hear it in a different way now. The more responsibility you take, though, is how you get the respect. The more responsibility that you take, the more respect you earn. Because what happens is, for real, you're taking win or lose, but people are now seeing you as like you own this. And that's the real piece that I'm like literally just studying, Carl. What do you own? I told C, the piece that you did for me by introducing me to real estate, again, watch the perspective. The perspective was like, yo, I'm helping E and C. Together we deep, but I'm helping them, right?
No, we all helping E.
Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying?
But the piece that you brought, and for real, my mom and I was talking about you this morning, like, yo, this was a godsend. Like, what you've done for me is like, you have like opened my mind to like, yo, Carl, not trying to be funny, but you in your own right can create revenue.
Absolutely.
You in your own right can create whatever you want to.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you opened my mind to now. Before it was, still like, I'm deep, but I'm supporting, you know what I'm saying? The cast, like kind of thing. But now I'm realizing, no, dude. Like, and I called y'all this morning, and like for me this morning, again, I'm just spending time really thinking this thing through. The part for me now is like, dude, your value is not in what you do. And that's the part that I really need people to understand. The value is in not what you do, because we get caught up. I'm talking about relationships, females, whatever. It's not what you do. Somebody can't value because you cook. Somebody can't value because you know what I'm saying? The value is in who you are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right? I need you to get that. That's the part for real that I'm digging deep on now. Like, the value is in who I am. It has nothing to do with what I've done is done. All right? You either respect me or you don't. What I've done is done. All right? If you do, cool. If you don't, cool. But I have to own me and be intentional about, and that's the other piece I'm on now. Like, yo, when I get up in the day now, like, I'm owning my day. I'm doing what I want to do. I get up at not 3:00, but I'm up at 4:30 in the morning every single day now. Not because because this is like, yo, this is what I want to do. I want to get up 4:00. I want to get to the gym. I get back home from the gym. I think I told y'all before, I want my kids I want my face to be the first face they see in the morning when they get up. I'm talking about, I'm at the door sitting down. Alexa go off, Jordan turn, Alexa stop. And I jump right in the room.
Yep.
And they turn and I'm standing like, I'm creating that. I take them downstairs like I have my day planned out now. And that's changing everything. Like it's helping me. We talk about confidence. Confidence comes from repetition.
Yep.
You being you all the time, confidence comes from repetition.
Yeah,
you
it comes from you
all
being
the
you.
time. All the time.
It comes from you being
you
you.
know
no
what I'm
question.
saying? So
Yeah,
I'm,
but I
I'm
want to say
building
this though real quick. If you're listening and you are feeling what Carl is saying, you're probably a high S, and I need you to get on the phone, and I need you to take the test. Carl, give me the information. I need you to take the test, right? Because you need a coach. You got it. Somebody gonna have to coach you through this, like literally. Somebody, because what happens is you start internalizing in ways that initially is cool, but then it's like the what do they say with a spider? The tangle, the weave tangle. What's that
Tangle
term?
web we
That's what you doing. You just going in circles, bro. You just going in circles. I'm being real. Like, I want y'all to catch this. Like what Carl just said it. The difference between me and Carl feel like he don't know. I know I don't know and don't care. I know people smarter than me. It doesn't bother me. Why? Because I'm getting paid. I'm taking care of my wife. I'm taking care of my kid. I will leave a legacy in this earth. I don't care that I don't write like certain people or I use the word. The only reason I changed from math to math is not because I don't still say math. I do. When I go around my cousins and my grandma, I still talk like that. Why? Because I'm not trying to make them feel stupid. I'm not trying to make people feel dumb and look smart. I only do that more so I can have tools to go in other places. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't make people feel bad because they don't have a degree. I just want to I don't want to be locked in a certain whatever. So with Carl, like he said, he's in his brain. If I say a word and somebody say I said the word wrong, I don't go and get in the car and think about what they just said. If somebody say somebody hit me, Pat at the Pat picked me up. I mean, the airport. Pat was like, you put that thing out and they said that you said Didi is running you. They don't know the exam. They don't know Didi is a high D. And somebody was ridiculing you. And I stopped and said, Pat, I don't even read comments on the...
Only the negative ones.
I'm just saying, I don't even read it. And so I knew what he was trying to do. He was like, bro, and so I'm saying that for those of you who are listening, please take the text. Why? Because Carl and I both have some insufficiencies, but guess what? I don't care about my insufficiencies because they don't stop me from, are you hearing what I'm saying? And I just want to say, I've said this to Carl before, and I'm saying this to you, Carl. I'm saying this to you. You're Carl. You're listening. I need you to listen to me. I tell everybody, I got mad respect for C. C's not going to not let you have respect for him. The only difference between C, me, and Carl, and I told Carl this, I'm like, C gonna tell you what he do. He ain't gonna not let you give him his credit. I'm going to take my credit. I may not be verbal about it, but if I think you think I'm gonna let you know. I said, Carl, the only difference is you don't value what you're doing, but let's be real. C said he gonna make me a household name. You made me a household name. Don't get it twisted. Me and C could talk as much as we want to talk. He can come up with whatever ideas he want to come up with. Nobody knows who I am because C said it and I spoke it. They only know because you took it in the lab and you put it on YouTube. I don't even stutter when you put my stuff up. I look like I got B-roll. I got music. They don't even get to see the real E.T. They seeing the E.T. that Carl created. They didn't see the real me. They didn't see the 15-minute thank God it's Monday and I messed up. They didn't see that. They saw quiet as kept. Listen to me. You are Carl. You got it going on. C can tell you whatever he want to tell you on the phone. You don't got to listen to that. I can say whatever I want to say. You're the person at the end of the day that pushed play on that joker. Nobody else pushed play. We was all asleep when you uploaded that joint. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you decided what went up and what didn't go up. So when them jokers went viral and people would see me in the airport and go, that video, I'm like, first of all, I'm going to try to be humble. I don't even know what video you talking about because I don't got nothing to do with that. That's Carl. Like, I've never put a video up a day in my life. So I'm saying there are those of you out there who playing yourself. That's what you're doing. Because you saying because C is more outgoing, you like C got it going on. Because E so loud, you like E got it going on. But do not get it twisted. The silent dude in the corner who is executing is just as powerful. So your boss might take the credit, but between me and you, And the only reason you are where you are is because you have not decided to say what everybody else is thinking about you. So to my Carls out there, for real, like C said, we love you, you valuable, we wouldn't be where we are without you, you got it going on, and you be shocked. We want to do more for you and with you. You're what's holding up the program. We not holding it up, you holding it up. So the day you say, yo, I'm ready, I promise you, we are so ready to help you and help you to get to that next level. So all my Carls out there, take the test.
I was gonna say, let me just add the last thing you just said is me and C's conversation is like, so my whole strategy was, all right, I'm gonna pull away until I can like, you know what I'm saying? Until I can develop who I think I need to be, then I'm coming back. And C's like, yo, I just feel distant. I don't know what you got going on, but what's up? And I'm like, yo, here's the problem. And again, I'm speaking to what E just said.
Yeah, please.
Like, your default is to go internal and try to figure this out in your head, and that's what's going to actually make it worse. Because now you're damaging the relationships of the people around you. And I'm telling y'all, like, this is live. C and I had this conversation a week ago. Like, this ain't like none we making up. Like, C called me out. And now, if he didn't, what would happen? Like, literally, it could be a month, 2 months, 3 months down the road where he's feeling something. I'm all in my head, like, I don't even feel like being around C here. And now we create a wedge that is based on nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Right? So I'm challenging you, like, just say what you're feeling. Like, for real, write it down. Write a letter if you don't even want to talk to him. Email him, text him, just something. Get it out.
So what's the challenge, though? Give me the challenge. Tell me what I shouldn't do. Like, just give me 1, 2, 3 things, because you know what they feeling, and then they get that thing, and then they go do it. Tell me what not to do.
So I'm telling you, number one, don't think.
Good.
That's number one. Do not think.
Good.
If there's some, well, you know who I'm talking about right now. If that person in your mind, in your terms of your relationship, you're not doing it right, spouse, kids, whatever, don't think. Do something now, like a text, a letter, whatever. Do something now. Just walk up to them and do it. Number two, to what Maul's point was, man, wake up and go in the mirror and talk to yourself. Moose said it. Moose said, I remember where he got it from, but he said he was watching somebody and the dude said to himself every day in the mirror, I'm that guy. Mm-hmm. You just get up and tell yourself, I am that guy. I'm that girl. Like, that's who I am. Like, for real, God put me here for a reason. I am that guy and I'm that girl. And then number 3, man, like, seriously, you got to spend some time alone and really understand who you are, your creativity, your gifts, and be able to not underdevelop, not overdevelop, but use them in the right way, in the right context.
How can I do that, though, Carl? Like, how do I know? Help me, though, because I'm that person and I am valuable. Can I write down all the things that I'm good at? Like, what would you suggest I do to see what my value is?
And the big hurdle is that there's so many things that you think you're good at, or you might be good at them, but I'm just saying, here's the thing. You got to prioritize. Like, number 1, I start with, where we are, we're a business. So I start with what's going to make money. Good. All right. If we're dealing with a relationship, what's going to move the relationship forward? You know what I'm saying? So in context, but you want to write down those top 3. Write off 40 of them.
Yes.
If you're good at 40, write off 40 down, and then we narrow it off. Which one actually can make some money? All right, let's cross off the first 39 of them, because it's only about 2 or 3 that's going to be real to make money. What's going to make our relationship better?
I like that.
Okay, cool.
Good.
Them first 25 don't even matter. So what I could jump high. That ain't necessarily, unless you're going to jump, I don't know what you're going to do. Yeah. But you got to figure out of these things, which makes the relationship better. So again, think of the context that you in, write all the possibilities down, because again, there are things that we're good at, but we got to use them in the right way and the right time.
Yeah, you know what, Carl, as you're talking, though, it's so crazy because I think, like, with you withdrawing a little bit, and first of all, you know me, like, I try to make sure that our crew is as authentic as can possibly be. And I'm like, Carl, you can't have the number 1 personal development specialist in the world right here. And whatever you think of me, that you say you think of me or Jamal or Josh or whoever, and you're not reaching out and saying, like, yo, here's what I'm going through, right? I could have told you, and I've told you a million times how valuable you are. I think the thing that you said is you have to start seeing it. Yep. And so I asked Carl, I said, yo, flat out, I'm willing to take some responsibility for this too, didn't I? I said, have I said something or done something that, now I know I run 1,000,000 miles an hour and I don't always communicate super effectively because I'm knocking stuff down. Yeah. But like, have I done something to make you feel like you wasn't, in this circle, and you were like, nah, absolutely not. And I think that with you not seeing the value on that level and withdrawing a little bit, then it begins to kill your confidence, right? Like, confidence is so important. And what you just talked about, finding your gift and operating in that confidence. I tell people all the time, there's actually no such thing as a confident person. Like, it doesn't exist. Like nobody is confident in every single thing they do.
Questions asked.
You're confident in your gift. So when I'm watching E over here, but when E start going like that, I'm just like, okay, here come a keynote. I just drink my coffee. I'm looking at my stuff and listening to what E's saying. But like you see E in this light, right? For those of you watching on YouTube, E looks like the most confident human being in the world. When I was with Jamal yesterday, let me tell you something. We're going through these properties, bruh, and I'm watching how he's talking to our contractors and people like that. I told Josh in the car today, I was like, yo, Maul, like, you already look like Superman in them properties, bruh. Yeah. When you going through it and you looking at stuff and like he's running me through the whole thing, like this is this, grabbing the pipes, showing exactly what needs to be done. Guru stuff.
He did it with me on the phone.
Right.
Like I sent him photos and he literally broke down the whole property and told me how much it would cost to renovate.
Right. I said, how you know how much it's going to cost to renovate? He said, I come in. He said, I look at everything. It's a nugget for the course. I guess I can just give it out on the right now.
Don't give out
Maul said, no, I'm not worried about what I got to demo and take down. He said, I walk in and look at what's usable.
What I'm saving.
Bruh. I said, what? And so we were going through the whole thing. It was torn up. And I was like, and at the end, I was like, oh man, this ceiling fan straight right there. He said, no, we about to make this one top notch, but I will take that ceiling fan down and it will go on one of my rental properties if the fan go out. I'm like, wow. So I'm watching Maul in that scenario and I'm like, yo, this dude looks like a beast. Yeah. But when I first had you speaking, Maul was like sweating. He was shaking. He had never done it before. And so we're confident in the things we repeatedly do. And we have to put value in those things, right? Like, so again, E's gift does look sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see E on stage, you like, oh my God. So it may not be sexy, Carl sitting behind a laptop until 3 a.m., plugging the YouTube up, and then you got to read a billion comments about how sweet E is. You know what I'm saying? Like that may not do it for your self-esteem, but I told, this is the one thing that helped me, and I'm just letting you know, is I told you, the same thing could be considered for me when E was blowing up, and we'll be in the airport, doggone it, and people will be like, can you hold my purse, hold my bag, and hold this, and then take the picture? I've been with E since day one, but I knew that I was a part of that success. And that's what I was trying to explain to you the other day. Like, bruh, you've been in this thing since day one. You are a huge part of this success. And what's happening is because you're not feeling like it, your confidence is hurt, and therefore your performance is going to be hurt. And you're not going to bat.
And it's something how people see, how you see yourself, but other people see you different.
No question.
Like you seeing yourself that way, but yet you got other people like, man,
like, yo,
like Carl, I'm talking about everywhere I go. They talking to him. He the real estate professional. Yeah. They talking about he's on. Dog, did you even realize? And I think that sometimes the way you talk, you don't really realize this. You're the CEO of a company. Have you ever really set up and thought about that?
Not now, yes.
Yeah, you're the CEO of a company. You won't do you 1%. No, facts. I mean, really think about it, bro. You are the CEO of a company, and because you got these 3 properties, you instantly are cash flowing. Your company is making money already.
Why you in Barbados?
Why you in Barbados? Why you here on a podcast?
Right.
You have learned how to make money, passively without actually physically working.
Right. And 1%. And back to my original point, there's no such thing as a confident person. Again, if you look at Charles Barkley on the basketball court, bro, and I used to do it at the conferences. Remember, you have my videos. I'm about to bring that back. Chuck was going to the hole, dunking on folks, spitting on people. I mean, my man just looked like a gorilla, certified. And then you put a golf club in his hand, and my man, like he about falling over himself. And I'm like, wow. And so what happens is you Charles Barkley, but you got a golf club. And it's like you got a golf club because golfing looks sweeter than basketball. That's a reverse analogy because probably basketball looks sweeter than golf. I got where I was going. I got basketball look a little cooler than golf. But you are, if you're Charles Barkley with a golf club, all we're saying is just go back and hoop.
That's it.
Just go back and keep hooping. It don't matter if it don't look sexy right now. If you continue to hoop, what happens is you build a level of mastery, and everybody wants to be associated with a master. We was talking about that the other day. Remember, I was like, yo, I just have to believe that, like, who was the #1 home builder in the world? I bet you my man probably done met Oprah, Bill Gates. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody.
I'm just looking at the people we meet now, like, because he is where he's at. I'm like, yo, how did we just meet with, like, some dude, like, that
with
ain't
Jamal.
got nothing to do
How
with
we meet with Jamal.
With Jamal.
How
Josh
we meet with Josh.
Lexus,
You know what I'm saying?
Josh Hatch.
Because we mastered in this area.
Exactly. And so that's my point is, had you went away from that mastery or went away from what you were confident in and comfortable in, if you wanted, you said, all right, this ain't working for me, I got to get something else, we wouldn't be here right now. And so that was my whole point to you is, your confidence needs to be high. And I wanted to challenge you man to man as brothers to say, not only are you going to kill yourself and your vibe and whatever else you got going on in your personal life, you're going to kill us as a company if you're not stepping up to the plate. Like, doggone, bruh, when I come to the plate, I'm so confident in what I do and what we do. I will literally, I will tear your head off if you owe us 50 cents, doggone it. Now, I've never shaded anybody out of a penny, but that's, you want to make me turn green? Why? Because I'm so confident in what we've built, and I'm doing it for you and you and you, and I will not take any less, and I won't take any shorts because I'm confident in that. And so that was my thing to you is, dog, if you're going to run with us, if you're going to be on this level, you have to start seeing yourself on this level because you're going to let somebody come in and take what's ours. And I cannot have that. And that was big for us. And that's where, like I said, I got to do better making sure we working on that on a regular basis. And if y'all watching, this is just real life. Again, 100%. We've been on this podcast for 3-something years. My father-in-law got shot in the head. We done had deaths. We done had everything. And we come in here and we talk about it because we want you guys to understand that we're just real people.
Yeah, we want to help you.
We
ain't in here just to be talking. We want to help you. Now, I'm saying for real, again, if you're an S or a C, like, reach out to us. Get to one of our coaches because you have a default. Like, you don't know it, but as soon as something goes wrong, you automatically go back in your head.
Yeah.
We trying to give you a cheat sheet. Like, we're literally trying to get you a cheat sheet. I just had some people this week who walked away from, a program that they were in with me, and I already knew it. I'm like, see, the one told you to walk away. My man is a high I. He too had some challenges. I walked my man through it, Ma, he invested $300. In less than 7 days, he made $900. And was like, I'm gonna be real. Had I not procrastinated, I probably would have made more. And I'm like, don't quit. Don't stop. It's your C. It's your high C. You thinking too much. You got analysis of paralysis. So if you listening, we do not talk to be the #1 podcast. Look, y'all, we making money outside of the podcast. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
A little bit.
We look,
slightly.
No, let me say it differently. We're not on the podcast to make money. Like, this is not how we pay our bills.
Right.
There are people who
Chipotle money.
For real, no disrespect. There are people who are making millions doing a podcast. That's what they do. So it's a science to them. It's an art. No art. We're not studying before we get on here. We're not studying afterwards. We're not looking at the film. Right. We have one reason for getting on here. We believe that there are people just like us who, if they were given the right information, and y'all don't want to pay to come to the conference, most of y'all that's listening, that's how much we love you. We still gonna get on here and give you real content. So if you're a high S, you're a high C, I'm just asking you, give it to me, Carl. What is it?
etinspires.com, etinspires.com/extreme.
And the only reason I'm asking you to do it, Carl will tell you, once you know what you are, that's half the battle. And then our coaches are going to give you a strategy. So you stop. And here's what I can tell you. If you're an S or a C, I can already tell you. When something bad happens, you're going to do exactly what Carl said. You're going to withdraw. That's what you're going to do first. Then you're going to start thinking stuff that ain't real second. And then that sucker going to take you. And so y'all call it mental health. You don't have a lot of you is not chemical. You don't have mental health issues because it's chemical. You have mental health issues because you're doing this alone. And Maul will tell you, watch this. I'm just going to be 100. Maul, I know you cock diesel. I know you doing your thing. I know you disciplined. You in the gym killing it. But have you ever worked out with somebody else before at any point in your life?
Absolutely.
And when you worked out with that other person that you do not work out with when you at home, is there a difference between when you work out with people and when you work out at home?
Yeah, absolutely. Even the gym. I could work out every single day in my house, and then I can go to a hotel gym or somewhere else and do the same stuff, but I feel sore the next day.
Yeah.
And I don't ever feel sore at home.
Yep. You feel me?
Yeah.
And have you ever had somebody like, I don't know, maybe a brother or somebody come to your house and work out with you?
Yep, every day.
Good. Do you?
I got up yesterday morning.
Does that do something for you when somebody else is in the gym with you that it doesn't do when you by yourself?
Totally different.
What does that do?
Totally different grind.
Yeah.
Totally different because you got somebody else there. It's like to have a coach. Michael Jordan even said, without Phil Jackson, he wouldn't have won all them 6 championships.
I'm telling them, stop doing it alone.
Yeah.
You are going through, Carl just told you, you got a challenge, and guess what you do? You go alone. Do not go alone. Spend a little money, get you a coach, get that energy that you get that accountability that you get that angle. No matter how sweet you are, get that angle that you can't get when you doing it by yourself, y'all.
Hey, if you just look at it with Carl. With Carl has 3 properties right now because he had a coach.
That's it.
Coaching him in real estate. That's how important a coach is.
That's it.
Because without a coach,
and whatever the little money he spent, I guarantee you,
oh my
it
God,
was worth whatever he's.
Come on.
I'm sorry, see.
No, I was just thinking about you talking about accountability. Sometimes just having somebody there to shame you into working out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever been outside running and like a car coming, you pick up your pace a tad. As soon as that car hit around the corner, you
I'm pissed about the podcast room. Like, I don't like this. They got us on camera. I'm like, y'all have to work out regularly. But you know how much you can cheat, Mom, when you go from a September conference to an October conference? I got some wiggle room, bro. I ain't got no wiggle room now. You gonna be able to join once a week, bro. Come on. Yeah, man.
Hey, literally wiggle room.
That's it. Wiggle. You feel me? Literally,
wiggle.
I'm keeping it 100. From October 23rd to January 1st, I'm like, oh, we ain't got no conference. Oh, bad. And then that last 2 weeks, I'm like, okay, let's get up. Nah, they gonna see me every week, and you know people gonna be hit. I see you done went back to Chuck. So this is accountability, my friend. I didn't want this. Here we go.
Unbelievable. You know what else can hold you accountable?
Yes.
I have a feeling.
Let me take it in
I have a feeling.
Organifi.
There it go.
Big shout out to Organifi, our smooth sponsor of this podcast. Organifi Superfood Green Juice Powder. See, I feel like a late night, midnight love host.
Let's come in here, night
moving down your FM dial. You just heard the smooth sounds of Johnny Gill. That was my.
That was my.
No, shout out to Organifi, man, the sponsor of this podcast. One of the reasons we were able to get this studio. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been ordering our Organifi, man. We brought it with us. Maul, we had it down in Chicago. Wifey got it in the suitcase right now. Of course, as you can see, if you're on YouTube, we got it right here. We got this. They done sent this smooth box. It's like to buy 10,000, you get a free.
Get a free one.
But listen, man, for all your supplement needs, Superfood Green Juice Powder, man, if you're tired of juicing at home, tired of trying to get your whole blender right and your situation tight, listen, man, you rip open the packet, you pour it in there, you shake it up, and you got a whole bunch of greens all in one quick, easy swoop. So go to Organifi.com. That's ORGANIFI.com. Promo code SUCCESS, all right? Health is wealth, y'all. Y'all see E over there getting slim, all right? He on that Organifi heavy, man. Keep you regular, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ever notice you don't take your healthy stuff when you're not healthy?
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? When I'm hitting the Big Mac,
I lose
special
everything.
sauce, lettuce, cheese.
You don't want to disrespect the Organifi.
I don't want to put the Organifi next to that. You feel me?
Yeah, no, you do not want to disrespect the Organifi. You feel like, I'm going to just go, even though you probably should. You know what I'm saying?
You probably should put that on top of that.
Flush it on out.
You should. But I don't.
Yeah, so no, Carl, what else we got? Give us some announcements. Give us some stuff here.
All right, y'all, let's get our sponsor in for today real quick. We got a new sponsor, y'all. Hey. Over the last few shows, guys, we've really been digging in a lot about finding the gaps in your life. Listen, truth be told, most of us are just way too busy, but we're not always working smarter. You're trying to balance your health, your family, your sanity most days, and you're trying to get ahead in that career, that promotion. Listen, Ashford University has flexible scheduling that provides learners with the opportunity to achieve higher education goals while still balancing work, home, and family life. No disrespect to the four-year grads, guys, but for real, that market is so saturated now. Like, if you're not pursuing or, close to an advanced degree, like, you could be on the verge of becoming obsolete. Don't get caught up on C's good looks, E's mine. Listen, we got 5 degrees, I think, between the 3 of us. So, and just being real, you're more focused when you're going to advanced degrees. You learn to think. You guys hear E talk a lot about that PhD where you lock into a theme and that's all you're looking at. So you just learn to think deeper. Ashford University allows you to pursue higher education online, which means you can study wherever you want to. You do not have to be in a classroom. But more importantly, they allow you to take 1 6-week course at a time and still be considered to be a full-time student. See, here's y'all one that y'all will love. Get this, there's no GRE, no GMAT, or any other standardized test score. Like you don't require the standardized test for enrolling at Ashford University. It's not the University of the Boondocks, though. Listen to what I'm saying. Ashford University is fully accredited by the WASC Senior College and University Commission. There are opportunities, guys. Again, where you are now is a series of decisions that you've made to get you here, right? So, but there are opportunities, and we've been talking about this over the last few shows. While circumstances affect all of us, there's nobody else that can or will take responsibility for your life. So I'm telling you, do something to improve your circumstances. Do something to help you advance in your career. Hey, so listen carefully. You can achieve your master's degree while balancing that home life, that work life. Start earning today, guys. Go to ashford.edu. Go to ashford.edu/success. Once again, start earning your master's degree today. Enroll now by going to ashford.edu/success.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that, Carl. Real quick, how much time we got, E? How much time? You know what I'm saying? Let me know.
Oh, what, the divorce? Didi out there right now, just standing out there waiting.
Oh, is she?
Wait, what you want? 10, 15, 20?
No, just about 10 minutes.
Right,
I just wanted to ask Maul a question real quick. Of course, Maul, and again, I always want to give a slight recap because I know every single person who's listening to the podcast may have not, been listening forever. But of course, Maul, is with us full time now.
Let's go.
Full time.
Let's go.
ETA.
Hit the thing.
Applause. Hey. He's full time ETA now. Short applause because you're gonna be here for a long time.
Yeah, made it to the league, mama.
Made it to the league. But of course, Jamal was a police officer, city of Chicago, self-made millionaire. You know what is so crazy? I was telling somebody, they were like, "Oh, how did you guys meet Jamal? I heard his story. It's crazy." And I'm like, "Man, Maul was coming to the events."
Yeah.
And it's so crazy to me, again, that, even back then, like, you had already built this life. Like, you already had this house. You already had the gym. You already had all of this. And yet you were still coming out to the conferences. Talk to somebody because, for real, we do have some events coming up. And I know this is a cheesy
DC
way
sold out. So
DC sold out.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
you
it's
can't
not
come.
cheesy.
You can't come. No. I'm saying in terms of, I want people to know when you were, what were you getting when you came out? Because here you are already a high level performer.
Right.
And you're investing in yourself.
Spending money.
You probably could have came in there and taught with us
Right.
and taught us stuff, obviously, right? But yet you still would come time after time and you bring your family and you bring friends and you bring, and you wasn't even trying to picture it up. You was just like, yo, I just really want to catch this information. And it's so crazy to me that you got people back sitting on their couch who working a job that they can't stand, making $40,000 a year, and they won't invest $100 to come out. But yet here you are as a multimillionaire, as a real estate mogul, daycares, the security company, you got all of this stuff going, yet you're still coming to get fed. Yep. Like, explain to us, because we've been in it the whole time.
Right.
Like, when you were coming and you saw me, you saw E, you saw Carl, like, what were you thinking when you saw us, and why did you keep on coming back, even though you had reached what everybody else would consider to be the American dream?
Man, well, first off, it was the voice, man. It was just hearing that message that y'all was giving. It was that message where it was just like, man, bro, like you can hear it. So in Chicago, I didn't hear people talking like this.
Right.
Everybody was always talking negative.
Right.
They didn't know who they were. Everybody was just talking about, it seemed like they was always coming from behind with stuff.
Yeah.
And yet you guys had a message of always being on the offensive, trying to score touchdowns, wanting more for yourself.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have that type of relationships in Chicago, and I didn't go to have what he said, like a coach. And so I would come around you guys so I can get that exposure. And even though I was doing what I was doing in Chicago, you guys still was walking in your gift and in your purpose. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, cool. These guys are walking in their gift and their purpose. I want to still come around them because you guys are at a high level. Yeah. And so I would just come around. And the more I came around, I would come back to Chicago and then I would elevate in my gift. Yeah. I wasn't trying to do exactly what you was doing. Right. I know who I was. Yeah. I looked in the mirror, Carl, and I knew exactly who I was. But yet, I knew that you guys knew exactly who you were. Yeah. And so I would come to these conferences, and it was iron sharpened iron. And every time I came back, I would get stronger and stronger in what I was doing.
No question.
And so that's why I tell people, man, you got to get out the house. Yeah. You got to come outside and get that exposure.
Yeah, get that
I'm
fresh
talking
air.
about, man, you got to go out the exposure like most broke people go out the liabilities. Yeah. You have to get it at all costs. Yeah. At all, that's what you should be chasing.
Yeah.
You chasing the wrong things. You chasing money. You chasing everything else when you should be chasing exposure. Because just look at it. By me investing $150 or me investing $250 have now made me millions within ETA.
Wow.
And I'm here, CJ talking about he gonna make E a billionaire. Yeah. Well, look, if E's gonna be a billionaire from off of this, then I'm gonna at least get $200 million off of it. But it came off of a $150 investment. You can't even, look, I still feel like I need to be paying E money. I feel like I still need to be paying CJ money. Dude, you can't, I'm telling you, man, please.
Can we talk about this though, Mal, please? What's the difference? Because you said it, and I don't know if people caught it. What's the difference between a dude who live in the neighborhood and he get outside? And remember that dude that never went outside?
Right.
Come on, talk about that. He was in the same city.
Yeah.
He grew up on the same block, but he was in the crib all the time. Maybe his mom was afraid. They wanted to shelter my man.
Right.
It's a difference between the dude that stayed on the same block, but the dude that went outside versus the dude that didn't go outside. Same block. Let's talk about that more. Y'all might know some people like that. What's the difference between those individuals?
Oh, when it's time to get into that real world, they get ate up.
They freeze.
Never
Matter
been
of fact,
exposed.
they stay what they comfortable with. They don't even want to get off the porch. It's like that dog that ain't never been off the porch. And even when you take that leash off of him, he still stays on the porch.
That porch, yeah.
Because that's his comfort zone.
He ain't want that life.
That's his comfort
He
zone.
don't want that life.
He don't want that life.
Yep.
So you got to get up off the porch.
That's it.
House cat.
House
Yeah.
cat.
Man, you got-
But he said he was a dog.
House cat. I ain't going out there.
Right.
Right. Get your butt outside.
You got to get off the porch, man. You got to get outside.
You gotta get outside, y'all.
It's a whole nother world out there.
It is, bro.
And you got other people, man, that's outside of your circle. That's wherever city you from. It's people out here, man, that can show you things.
Ball on stage, y'all now.
Oh, yeah,
At
no,
Live
no.
Aid,
That's
all
right.
people
Man.
gave, and the poor got paid.
I tell people all the
He
time.
on stage now.
Look, exposure is so crazy. I went from the squad car to the stage.
And you out there like, I want to share the stage with you, but you're not making no investment. Maul didn't even want to be on the stage, and he on the stage.
Yeah,
telling you, dog.
and that was the thing I wanted to move into just real quick. I know we got to wrap up here.
We got 6 minutes now.
Yeah, 6 minutes. So for you, like, to be completely done with the police, that was a long run. It was a great run, but it's over now. You know, seriously, and we heard from you last time you were on the podcast, but like now it's been, some time since you've been away and rocking full time. And now you taking pictures, you signing autographs.
Kissing babies.
Kissing babies.
Come on,
No,
Carl.
I'm
Everybody
serious.
kissing babies.
And for those of y'all coming to DC and you've never heard Maul's keynote, like
get
seriously,
ready.
it gets
get
better
ready.
every single
No
time.
question. Get ready.
I looked at E and Diddy. Remember, we were sitting over there in the corner in New Orleans. We were like, whoa. Like, how does it feel, bro? Like, what does this new life feel like? How does the family like it?
You're
Like,
about to kick the number one motivational speaker out the game. What does it feel like to beat Mike Tyson?
And again, you've always had this gift in you. And like I said, I've been doing this so long, I could just tell when somebody's talking. Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And so now that we have this keynote formulated, now that you're speaking in front of thousands of people, like, how does it feel? Like how's that's got to be a crazy transition.
Yeah, well, I will say this. I don't think I've ever done this publicly, but I want to thank y'all. I want to thank both of y'all. I want to thank all of y'all because you guys showed me something that's inside of me that I didn't even know existed. I've done so much and I've helped so many other people make it. And I've helped so many other people realize what was inside of them. And at the same time, while I'm showing other people what's inside of them, y'all show me what's really inside of me. And bro, that came from coming to the conferences. I could never repay you. I could never. I'm talking for real right now, bro. Like my son, bro. He sent me a picture at the conference. My son was looking at a billboard with me on it, man. And he took a picture of my son. My son. Before I was speaking, my son used to say, "Daddy, I'm gonna be a police officer." But now my son is looking at me like, "Man, I'm gonna be a speaker."
Yes.
Bro. Come on, man. It's so.
That's the wrong one. I got
So I mean, my life has totally been changed. I used to say all the time that my goal, I got a list of things that I wanted to accomplish, and my goal was that I wanted to purchase 500 units. That was my immediate goal before I really got with y'all. And then now, man, y'all have shown me that I was thinking too small. So now I want to affect over 500 million people. Bruh, the playing field is even now. They messed up by linking us together. Because I've already had this knowledge. But now y'all, whoever they is, they messed up. They straight up messed up. Because now and I already had this knowledge. But now you guys gave me a platform. And also not just a platform, but you showed me that I got a voice.
Yeah, you got a reach now.
Oh my God. So now we're about to
wingspan. What's your wingspan,
oh man, bro. No, we call it the dream team, man. We're about to affect millions. We're about to affect millions and show people, man, that you don't have to live like this no more. And if you still decide to live like this after we give you this information, it's because you choose to live like this.
Shame on you.
It's because you choose to live like this.
Yeah.
So, man, I just publicly want to just thank you guys. And I mean, bro, like this is not, it's crazy, y'all. This is family right here. Like straight up, this is family. This is a relationship. And the people that you guys got on this podcast, the people, let's go, man. The people that you got on this podcast, man, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I ain't saying this because now I'm part of ETA, but this is for real. Like when we put this real estate course together, like seriously, like CJ was like, bruh, it's because I'd never done this before, so it's hard to do things like this. But CJ was like, bruh, it's a father out there that wants to take care of his kids and his wife the same way you did. He was like, look, when you create this course, like every time you write something, remember this. Like, it's somebody out there, man, that want to live the same way that you want to live.
That's right.
It's somebody out there, man, that want to do for their family. Exactly.
For 10
you know,
days.
the number one cause of divorce is finances. And you got some information inside of you that's going to free somebody and stop divorce from taking place. So when we put this course together, it was not taken lightly. I've been to several other conferences, real estate conferences. I've seen several other courses. And it's all about money. This ain't about money. This course is about legacy. It's about generational wealth. It's about living the type of life that you deserve to live. And so, man, like I said, I'm rocking with some real guys right now, and I take this team against any other team in the world. And so that's why I even took a back seat to the other things I was doing, because this is God sent. This right here is supposed to happen. So iron sharpens iron. And the same way how they affected me, I affected them. It's not one person in this studio that don't own real estate right now. Come on, man. That's why you need to get your butt up and go to the conferences because of that. Get around other beasts, man. Y'all about to give me hype, man.
What are we supposed to do now?
I'm about to do some push-ups.
What are we supposed to do right now?
There we go.
Look at him.
Get the camera on him. Get the camera on him for YouTube. Okay. So,
Let's go.
Hey,
Let's go.
Well, how many is that? 20?
I ain't
21.
counting, man.
Go.
We just going, dog.
Okay,
We just going
I'm giving
like
live
this.
play-by-play. They're just doing mad push-ups
Let's go.
in the studio. I'm talking about, man, come on, up. Yeah. And Moss still got his headphones on. Oh, yeah. He's fading, but he's still in it. He's still in it. Come on, E. I got my money on the hip-hop preacher. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, come on. Come on. Yeah, that's still going, ladies and gentlemen. This is okay, got you. All right, Mo, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? Look at that.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Let's go.
Listen, man. This might be the most in shape podcast.
Who you running with? Who you running with?
Yeah.
Who you running
I'll
with?
just maybe do 20 more I would probably never be able to do.
You just told my man get a coach.
Accountability.
Just told him get a coach.
All right. I tell Jamie, excellent job with the studio. I only have
Thanks,
one
Jamie.
complaint.
Oh, we need some air in this
It's
joint.
warm in this joint. Yeah, it's warm. Yeah.
No ventilation, especially when you're doing push-ups.
So no, Jamie, I know, but you don't want the air to kick on and the sound to kick on. But the other thing I was gonna say is they don't even know that you had a moment. I don't think we talked about it on the podcast. You had a moment. You actually spoke in Chicago at the Harold Washington Cultural Center. Yes. And really quickly, we signing off, but I want to know that story and kind of how that made you feel when we went that night before we saw your name on the marquee. Like, explain that story.
Wow. Man, let me tell y'all.
No,
Say
it winded.
Right. Get it live.
The push-up breathing.
Hey, it feel like we're in a sauna right now.
You want to succeed. We want to speak as bad as you want to breathe.
But man, it's unreal, man. It's been unreal for me. So I'll give y'all the backstory. About 18 years ago, they just built this facility in Chicago, and Les Brown was coming to do a keynote speech
that
there.
name again.
So Les was there, and I was in the front row. I had my mother, had my wife, and I had April, right? When we were in there, Les Brown was on stage, and he was like, "You can live your dreams," and he literally was looking right at me. Fast forward, here it is, 18 years later. I'm on stage doing a keynote
on the same
exact stage. And I stopped at the end of the keynote. There's 1,100 people in the building. I stopped in the same spot. And I was telling people, like, you can live your dreams. And I thought about it. When I said those words, it came back and hit me. And I looked around the room and looked at the audience. And I just broke down, man, in tears. It was just like, man, all I could say was God is good. Here it is. I'm in the same exact spot. Never even thought about being a speaker. That wasn't even my plan. But not only was I at the same spot, I'm living in my dream house 7 blocks away from the place.
And what street?
It's got my same last name.
King Drive.
Come on, man, I can't make this up. That's why I say, like, some people love going to sleep and dream, right? Because they dream they could be whatever they want to be in their dream. I hate going to sleep because I'm afraid that when I go to sleep, man, this dream life that I'm living is going to stop. I'm living a dream, man.
And that's the nugget, my friend.
Nugget of the day.
I'm telling y'all, man, you got to believe, man. Carl got a shirt on say, just believe.
Yes, sir.
You know, get in the mirror and ask yourself every day, who am I? Who am I? Once you figure out who you are, then set the plan on what it is you want to do. And then just believe, y'all. Just believe. That belief is like putting water on the seed.
Listen, man, y'all in good hands. And Maul, you thanking us, man. And I thank you because you bring an element to this squad that we didn't have before. You know, we have been in this space for so long that I think it's refreshing to actually even have you here and new perspectives and new things like that. And listen, man, when I tell y'all in good hands, when we got, you know, the meetups, the real estate stuff, the core stuff now, listen, we have never, ever in our lives sold something that we didn't 100% believe in. Why do I have no problem pushing y'all to something that Maul's doing? Maul calling me the night before and we praying. Bro, calling me to be like, yo, see, bruh, this is a small meetup. There's 50 people coming to Chicago, but they trust in me. They spending their money to hear me, and I have to make sure. And we sitting on, like, no disrespect to whoever your favorite people are, I'm not sure that they praying before y'all come to be like, yo, let me make sure. Like, Maul still hit me like, dog, night before. Like, I was just there with him the other night. Bruh, 8:30, 9 o'clock, he like, yo, shut the whole house down. I got to get in bed. Like, I need rest. Like, I want to be on fire for them tomorrow. And he came out, man, with so much energy and passion and intensity and gave them so much information. You saw people in there crying. You saw people like, man, I don't even know how I, didn't come to this before, whatever, man. And so I just want to thank you because we go character first all day. We've had, we've had a billion times to make money, way more money than we probably ever could have imagined. And we didn't want to do that and compromise anything. Again, our authentic self has kind of been the theme of this podcast, and your authentic self fits so well with our authentic self. It's like, man, imagine if anybody would have switched up, this moment wouldn't even be happening. 1% DC.
Any of us.
All the people who are being impacted by now, and this is just the beginning, and I mean that, like, E is always going to be the godfather of this crew, but y'all better watch out for Maul because his energy, his ethos, the way he cares and believes and looks people in the eye when you meet him, and you can feel the genuineness. I ain't got to say that, but the genuine nature. And I told you, it's not about being a speaker, dog. Real recognize real. People gonna feel your spirit, dog. I don't get up there. I don't care if you get up there and sit in a chair and just talk what you know. Your heart is so pure that they gonna love it. So, that was. Go on. Is that the nugget of the day?
That's the nugget of the day.
You sure? We good to go?
I will say this though. This is not no nugget, Maul. But I had a point, and y'all please tune in to the next one. What time do we download it, Carl?
6 o'clock every Thursday. 6
Look,
Eastern.
I got something to add that's going to blow y'all mind to what we were talking about earlier with Carl. Make sure you come next week, Thursday. If you have a friend that's dealing with or anywhere close to mental health issues, you gotta send them this podcast. Do not listen. This is not one of the ones that you listen to on your own. This is the one where all your friends who you like, I ain't heard from in 2 weeks. And you just thinking, like, for real, because you like, you doing your thing, you handling your business, and you kind of like, oh, they probably busy. They're not busy. They're not busy. Go look for them. And can I be real with y'all? Right now, while we sitting here, I got a couple people that I'm thinking about. You feel me? It's a couple people, and I know he ain't gonna mind me saying this, but Chuck is one of them. I hadn't heard from Chuck in about a week or two. He might be doing great, but he lost his father, right? He lost his father, and that was his best friend in the whole wide world. And I know Chuck is a high C. So I hadn't heard from him, and I'm always thinking, oh, Chuck, a strong dude, Chuck about his business, but he might be okay. But C said it earlier, I'm gonna do my part. So I'm gonna do my part. There's a few people, I can't call the other ones out because they might be offended, but there are a few people that I know I have not talked to in about 2 weeks. I need to pick up the phone and call them. So if you're listening and you like, well, I don't got that problem, okay. But that probably means that you are the leader. And so as the leader,
give me the percentage of S and C. It's like
30 and 28. So 58% of the world goes inward when something happens. Does that make sense?
Yep.
That's a lot of people. So there might be somebody in your circle. But you hear Carl, he got a different sound right now. He at a different place because of that conversation. So do me a favor, your boy E.T., go find your friends, all right? No friend left behind. No partner left behind. Can I be easy? Can I be serious? It's easy when you strong to walk away and be like, that ain't my problem. We all we got. So whoever your circle is, whoever your tribe is, they wouldn't need a leader if they could do it all by themselves. That's why you need leaders and leadership. We wouldn't be where we are without MLK. His leadership is why we're where we are today. All right, so go find a friend and send them this content, y'all. It's one of the best ones ever.
Yeah. Also, come do it with us. All right, come do it with us. We got a Q4 challenge getting ready to happen. I'm super pumped about that.
Right.
So we got the Q4 challenge. Last year we did the 100-day challenge, right?
Yep.
This time we're doing the Q4 challenge, man. We're gonna make ourselves stronger than ever going into January.
I want to put that thing on one of them, Carl.
Yep.
Give me the prices.
So I'm saying literally the whole challenge is $100. The whole, I'm talking about 3 months.
October, body and health.
1st.
November, the bag. December, brain, motivation. So Maul will be taking the body.
Maul, call me though if you need a little.
I will be taking the bag. Me and Josh will take the bag.
You know what I'm saying? Well, me and Carl going to have to take the brain and motivation.
There you go.
Maul, though, I'm just saying, if you have a day where you're feeling a little weak, I can just give you a half a day on the body. I'm coming, Maul.
But listen, man, we're going to do this challenge together. Seriously. Body, bag, motivation. All 3 months. Listen, Q4.
Walk through it for me if you don't mind. What's the body? What we talking about with the body?
Yeah, no, that October, we're going to be focusing on, for real, our health. Like, that's going to be the primary focus. We're going to focus on our health. We're going to learn from Maul how he gets up every single day at a certain time. There's certain things he feeds his body in order to look a certain way, right? Again, for the bag, for real, Josh and I, we doing some sessions. Like, we are going to talk about how to be financially free and how to not only get money, but keep money, all right? And so that's important for November. That's my birthday month. So we're going to be talking about getting to that bag, okay? And then the brain and the motivation, taking care of your mental and making sure that you're motivated.
Carl's going to talk about that.
We got some videos from E. I got some stuff from Inky that we dropping in there.
Listen, and I believe in this so much. Listen, man, you don't want to get to January and go, okay, now you want to come into 2019 so that day one, you're ready. And so we're doing the Q4 challenge. Carl, tell them where they can sign up right now, please.
Hey, etinspires.com/challenge. We're keeping it real simple.
Challenge.
Just challenge.
Challenge.
$100. And
and we thought about y'all. We didn't put health in December and November when y'all trying to smash out. We're trying to set the habit up.
We're going to get a little room, though. We're going to get a little room for Thanksgiving because ain't nobody ever got fat on one day.
Hey,
but they also get the daily accountability calls that we do with our BU family. Y'all are getting emails, like literally, like we're
I'll
gonna
be in there a couple times too, y'all. I ain't leaving y'all. I'll be there in the morning.
He's definitely gonna be there. We about to leave. I think you said it don't start. Body don't start till October. So we can still go get some cracked chicken
right now
because we are in Lansing.
Right now. Which one you going to?
Oh, here we go again.
Which one you going to?
We going to the one on
Which one
King
you going
Drive.
to? Hey, I'm coming back home. You gotta go to that one, then. Yeah. That's a wrap, my friends.
Hey, listen, man. Shout out to everybody for listening, man. Shout out to Jamie for this beautiful studio.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if y'all want to see the studio, we got it on YouTube. This one is on YouTube.
Carl, tell them where to go to get the artwork.
Hey, Iconic. Y'all check Iconic out, man. We partnered
That's
with
Iconic with a K.
and they're taking all of E's fire words, man, I'm telling you, all the videos that we just talked about, they're just taking the content and just making
And it just gives so much sauce to the studio.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Just add
gives
that
so
value.
much sauce to the studio.
It's creativity,
So man. Shout out to this beautiful studio again. If you want to go, if you want to see it, you just usually listen to us. That's fine too. You eat. Those people won't have to worry about your weight from week to week.
I know.
But, you know what I'm saying? But for those of y'all who want to go to ET the Hip Hop Preacher YouTube page, subscribe and check out the video, man, so y'all can see our lovely new studio. I mean, it's soundproof, y'all. It is ridiculous. So y'all probably notice the sound quality change.
And we all gonna lose weight because it's a sauna. Everybody gonna drop a couple real beans because of the weather.
The double advantage.
Hey, you got to multitask sometimes. Right?
Exactly. We're going to get out of here, man. Give a big shout out for the guys today.
Hey.
Yeah.
And my new toys over here.
Toy tools.
You know what I'm saying? Man, we love you. We'll see you next week.
Let's go.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate